Welcome back, Bravehearts. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe, and today's one-a-day. Now, when I say this, I just want you to think about it, okay? All right? Time comes to you. Time comes through you. Do not rush ahead for time. I'm going to tell you something. When I was younger with my kids, okay, it was always, hey, hurry up, let's go, where are we going? And I finally woke up to the matter that I was always rushing. I was always rushing into the future because we are told that the future holds so much for us. And understand something, everyone. I'm going to talk about something that might be a little touchy, and I do that. And I want to tell you why I do it. First of all, remember what the one-a-day is about, and then we'll circle back to that. I don't want to get on here and just talk. I want to get on here and rock. I want to get in there and stir things up a little bit with you. It's been a long time that I finally realized that it's only the minority of the minority that actually want what I have to offer. It's a lot easier to just fit in, but you will get done in. But it's a lot easier to fit in and talk like everyone talks, walk like everyone walks. But the reality is if you could be the minority of the minority, you would never be a statistic anymore. People will come on the phone and say the most craziest things. I want you to know that 99% of what we base our life on is a lie, and it's BS. And I mean the BS, the stinky kind. And people don't know it because if you've got the majority of the population doing it, nobody sees it. Let me just say this. When I say mind your own business, I do that. I mind my own business. I stay in my lane. I make sure that I'm loving, honoring, respecting myself. If any of you have been following me for the last 5 years or 10 years, you would know that I've accomplished, and I have in the last 10 years, what people don't accomplish in 25 years. It's not because I'm smarter, because I'm not. Not because I'm gifted any more than anyone else is gifted, because I'm not. It's because of what I just said. I allow time to come to me and then through me. And what that means is I'm not rushing because guess what? I don't have the idea that suffering today will give me a better tomorrow. That if I suffer throughout this life, I'll have heaven. Heaven is heaven on earth. You create your hell, you create your heaven. If you don't understand that the present moment is the greatest gift that you can ever give yourself. Do you know why the world's going to go crazy here in the next few months to the next 2 or 3 years? Because they're not prepared. Nobody hasn't, I won't say nobody, but very few people know how to stay in the present moment and own it when there's actually chaos and a crisis around you. Listen, the measurement of your mental health is going to be tested when there's chaos and you feel calm and peace. And understand something. 1 out of 10,000 people are the strong get stronger. 999 out of 1,000, as things get tougher, they get weaker. If you don't believe me, I've got practitioners that see the economic situation that's going to be happening. So they go into a fear state instead of a strategy state. When we stay calm and we allow time to come to us and through us, it means we're in the present moment. When we can connect to our breath and have what we call a walking meditation throughout the day, we win. Look, a year and a half ago, actually it was 2 years ago, there's, a huge TV station And this is the third time they came after me. I was in Ixtapa, Mexico at the time, and we were having like 100 to 200 people come down. The least that we had here was 50 people. People that were down here and that, didn't fit into, I never rejected anyone, but people who didn't fit in, or people that couldn't get what I was doing and wanted what I had. Look, have you ever had anybody jealous about you? I don't like it, but I know I'm going to live with it. Anytime that you excel in your life, where you stand on your own, and when you have an inner standing, you will have family jealous, you'll have neighbors jealous, you'll have the world jealous. And nobody should be jealous of me. I'm minding my own business. And you know what? You think you know me. Everybody thinks they know me. And you know what? Do you see? This show came out and it said I murdered 3 people. Let me tell you something. The reason why I'm bringing this up is these same characters that tried to blow this up and create this story, they're at it again. They're on my different platforms saying this guy murders people, steals their money. Let me tell you something. How many people am I allowed to murder? I murdered 3. I killed 3 people. Meanwhile, I always let people know when I come into Canada, in the United States, so why aren't they putting the cuffs on me? Because it's not true. The reality is this, is that when it comes to natural health, I hold the line. You find me another practitioner that gives a money-back guarantee on their treatments, on their courses, on their trainings, gives a library that has more master classes than anything else, and also has just created a $2,020 app because he wants to gift the world. You don't know me. You think you know me. You can go online and you can find out I'm the guy that killed 3 people. First one was a lady, very older lady. She didn't come well and she passed away in Ixtapa. The next one was a gentleman who flew in from China. He sat down with me and he said, guess what? I need treatments. I said, you can't have treatments. Did you have how many heart attacks have you had? I've never had any. He lied to me. His nose was bulbous and gray, and I could tell he was ready to have one. I said, you go to the hospital tonight. I said, you're not going to have non-surgical, and you're not going to get CardioMed or any treatments until you do this. He passed away and had a heart attack that night, and that was my fault. Meanwhile, he never had one treatment from us, never bought one product. How about this one? Have a gentleman who come, never sat down, never had a consultation with me. Oh, and his sister and his mother came here and they wanted to rip a piece off of me, boy. Guess what? That was because that was their own anger and their own sadness. I never met the guy. The guy came, he did some fastings, he did some non-surgical. I never had a consultation with him. He never even came to see me. I get a call. I'm in the office. Daryl, one of your patients is dead on the table. I go down there and I go, I've never seen this man before. And then my staff tells me he got non-surgical and he was doing fastings. And guess what? A huge bottle of rum sitting on the table and prescription drugs and marijuana and other stuff. I'm not going to say this because I don't want to embarrass the family. And he's there, and he must have passed away maybe 14, 16 hours earlier. It didn't look good. And they're going, oh, well, we don't want anybody to know about this. And I'm going, well, he's not my patient, so it doesn't matter who knows. Well, this is the hotel now. They want to hide this. I have never been responsible for people's sickness or for their healing. I'm responsible for their strategies. Now, there's this girl, her name is Beaudry. She actually posted this morning, I have been fixing patients of Wolf Non-Surgical for years. And then she actually called her little group. And last night, up until 11 o'clock, they were posting on where I'm going to be doing lectures in Canada because now she's back in Canada and she wants to make sure that she disrupts me. Well, she's not going to. I would be so disrupted if money was the first thing. You know how much money I spend on my brothers and sisters all around the world? You have no idea how I live. I live more meager than the rest of the people because guess what? It's all about unconditional love and care for myself. It's more important I go to the beach and walk in the sand. The reality is this. What do you think this costs to put together to give away free? You can read this book and never come to us, and I'm going to give you more health information than any other health practitioner out there for free. I have more master classes in my library, and if you went through my perfect day guide, go to pdgfree.com, go to my library and do all my master classes and tell me that I'm not brilliantly logical. I didn't say I was brilliant, I was brilliantly logical. And understand something, everybody that comes to me has a poverty story. Nobody wants to spend any money. But you'll never get what you get from me. Even our personal treatment and training, our personal and treatment and training resort that we have down here, that house, when a couple comes down, do you know what they're paying? They're paying $395 a night for 2 people to stay in a house that would collect $1,400 to $1,600 a night. I'd be better off to just do that. I could just sit and relax. I make less money doing it. You know why I'm doing it? Because I want to prove to the world that until you go from patient to practitioner, you're in trouble. And understand, nobody comes to me and gets treated, and they definitely do not get mistreated. And do I go in and pull their beef jerky apart and decalcify them? Yes. Do I bring the thunder down? Yes. Do I hold the line? You don't come to me if you want to be stroked. If you want to be hugged and told you that I love you unconditionally, I'm going to hug you and tell you I love you unconditionally. You don't know who I am. I will roar as loud as I need to because guess what? What are the children going to be like? Right now, okay, children are getting what? Inflamed livers at 8 and 12 years old. Did you know that 50% of all teenagers are pre-diabetic? I'm at the point I don't care about adults anymore. It's what about the children? They don't have a bloody chance. And understand this Baudre, okay, that used to be here. Oh God, please. Her boyfriend used to be my videographer, and the two of them were doing drugs. And then every time that I would leave my studio, he would leave the property. You don't understand. The greatest training in my life was going to Extapa Palace and having 100 and 200 people come. A lot of them were running away from things, not running to things to get well. They were running away from things. Where the world's going right now, all the crazies are going to get crazier. All the weak people are going to get weaker. And guess what? They're going to go into survival mode, so don't hate them. Don't judge them. But if you don't have proper strategies for mental health, financial health, okay, and physical health, then you are going to use survival techniques. I don't believe people are bad, and if I did, it wouldn't be good, because I get attacked every day. And let me tell you something right now. Canada, United States, stop threatening me. I'll be in the United States in Stuart, Florida. Come and get me. And look, I'm not trying to start a fight or a threat or anything. I am Dr. Daryl Wolf, and I am a doctor. And when you say he's not a real doctor, no, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't sell drugs, chemotherapy, radiation, and I don't tell people that guess what, this is as good as it can get, and let us keep an eye on it for you. I say you better keep an eye on it, and you better get a strategy from the moment you rise until you close your eyes. I mean, all the same names were on there. I had to delete last night 9 people, 12 this morning, and it's all the same crew that went and got Marketplace to do this big show on me. Just so you know, Marketplace has come after me 3 times. The last 2 times, the one time was back in the 80s where I was helping HIV patients where I murdered them. Now I'm just murdering anybody at random. If I murdered anyone or ripped people off or had some con job, do you actually think I would tell you where I'm lecturing? Let me tell you something. I believe in God Almighty, but not the same God Almighty that everybody else believes in. And let me tell you another story that I'd like to put to bed. Anybody hear of the Rothschilds? Well, let me tell you something right now. They are never going to get theirs. Anybody high up in government, anybody that's protected by the Rothschilds, all the way through government, all the way down, you can be a liar, you can be a cheater, you can be a thief. You can get caught red-handed and nothing's going to happen to you because they need government poisoned, they need the medical system poisoned, they need media poisoned. And understand something. I know I'm not corporations' friend. I'm telling you, you were created by God Almighty, and you can be as healthy, wealthy, and you can have as much love in your life as you want, but it all has to be an inner standing coming from you. Oh, I can't wait, honey. When we get there, we're going to be so in love. It's all going to be just so fine. The present moment is the only place. I'm dealing with a lady right now, if I could get it through to her, but she has so much trouble loving herself because she holds herself, okay, that guess what? It's all my fault. People around me, they keep passing on. Well, really? Oh, you're so powerful. Guess what? But we don't even need them. If it wasn't them, she'd find another reason to actually beat herself up because her biggest program is not loving and caring for herself and showing respect to herself. So do I get frustrated? I get frustrated because the Rothschilds have been in power for hundreds of thousands of years. And guess what? They sit together and they strategize with the best mind groups, okay, mind groups in the world to actually hogtie 8 billion people, and it's not going to stop. And the majority of the population is going to poison themselves on a continual basis. And whether I live one more day or whether I leave this body and I don't exist, I will live in total integrity. You can't find one place I ripped someone off. Anybody that gives a money-back guarantee in their courses, consultations, master classes, give me a break. And then this Beaudry from Canada says, I have been going around fixing Dr. Wolf's non-surgical problems for years. You know, when is she just going to give it up? Give it up. Now, what really gets these people is this. Most of them have left Ixtapa. I left to do a world tour for a year and a half and came back. And now, guess what? I've got people backing me, and we have this beautiful, beautiful 5-star retreat center. And guess what? I have a corporation backing me where they have actually financed a beautiful home for me to be in because it's going to be called Wolf Studios, and they see the mission I'm doing, so they're supporting me. And I have a 35 by 50 foot studio where people from all over the world who want to be truth sayers, slayers, are going to be coming to Wolf Studios. And guess what? They're going to be coming on Braveheart Nation app, and I have what's called on there Doc Star TV, and nobody can tell me what to say anymore. And I will never lie to you. I will never say anything to try to get your money. I will try to give you the best prices because I have the best products. I really do. Nobody wants to challenge me on this stuff. They just want to go on there and badmouth. Isn't that cool? Why didn't somebody come on and challenge me? 469-861-8884. We will set a time and we will advertise it. You come on here. I have never done anything wrong. And let me tell you something. Just because the majority thinks something doesn't mean a damn thing. Because the majority aren't thinking right. They will never think right. And do I love them unconditionally? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Remember, we were all created by the same creator. And that creator has never judged us, so why should I judge them? They make this lie up that we're always being judged, we're sinners, we don't deserve. Oh, really? How's that working for you? How fast are you healing? Remember something, today's one a day. What is today's one a day? Today's one a day is what? Time comes to you. Time comes through you. That's for me. Do I sit down in the morning really quietly with my beautiful partner, Lori, and we strategize our life in love and in unconditional love and wanting to do just magical, wonderful things for everybody? And I want to help everyone. I even want to help this Beaudry that says that she has to do so much work in helping us. Okay, and then somebody else coming on and saying, yeah, and Dr. Sage Wolf, he's got his doctorate and he's only 20. Well, sorry, but he's almost 27 and he has his doctorate. And if you want to come on and challenge him, why don't you do it? And understand something, I'm not looking for a fight because I don't want to be right. All I want is for, guess what? Whether you want to believe this or not, planet Earth is a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure. And understand something, everyone. No one's coming to save you. Things will get better. There will be people that will save you temporarily, but nobody's coming to save you to change the planet. Nobody's coming to love you like you were supposed to love yourself. Nobody's coming to care for you like you were meant to care for yourself. Because if you learned how to care for yourself, you wouldn't be in a nursing home wishing to God that you don't live too long. And I know this because my grandmother owned, she owned where the quintuplets were born in North Bay, Ontario. And understand something, everybody in there was dried out like a prune, constipated, on drugs, and they fed them the crappiest food. If you don't want to care for yourself and love for self when you're younger, you will be sold off by a pound all the way through your life until there's nothing left of you. Let me tell you, a good friend just stayed here for about 3 days. That good friend, as soon as we would get home, they would have to go to bed at 8:30. That good friend was 8 years younger than me. Okay? All right? And we have known each other for years, and the first time he's ever listened to me, and he didn't listen to me because he's smarter. He listened to me because I finally got into him. It's called loving yourself. I said, the only reason why you do what you do is because if you can go hard enough and strong enough, you'll get everybody's approval that you're worthwhile. Meanwhile, this is a program that somebody gave to you, and we had a long talk together, and he said, yes. My father's not even alive, and I'm trying to prove that I'm worthy. And I said, well, you better start taking that energy and putting it into yourself, because guess what? Looking like you're 4 months pregnant and having bad breath that could peel the skin right off my face shows that you're rotting. And understand something right now. And everybody needs to get this. Every day I get calls. You want to know something? Do you know how many natural health practitioners are not really natural health practitioners? Unless you're going to emotionally, physically, nutritionally hold the line for your patients. Let them know that you love them, but you are not going to let their subconscious jump into the middle of the program and give any medical BS. People say to me, I've got tons of papers. I need you to look at all my x-rays that I've had and all my blood tests. I don't need to. If you want me to, I will, but it's not going to change that much. I've been doing this for 44 years. I'm the one that gives the money back guarantee, not the people you went to. And you can do all the tests you want, but you're testing just to see if you're okay until the next test. The big test is, are you feeling young again? Do you have energy? Do you love your life? Are you in the present moment? Do you own it? Can you make a decision when somebody says something that you don't say yes to it because you need to suck off of them, but you can say no because you're not going to eat it, drink it, think it, do it, be it, because you are going to love, honor, and respect yourself. The world does not want you to do it. You can believe it or not believe it. I'm not going to go down as some hero or guru. I don't want to be either to anybody. But the reality is this unconditional love and care is not something I dreamed up. This is something that actually is the way the world is meant to be. And once you have total unconditional love and care for yourself, you can go to the next level. You can heal from anything. You can have anything you want. Remember something. Why don't you just write down 80% of what you say all day long and what you actually think? Just do it for one day, and you will find out, because you can't do 100%, but try to do 80. You'll find out that at least 95% of that is negative. And if it isn't negative, it's this: I don't want to be poor anymore. Well, you're going to be. The word was poor. I am abundant. I am whole. I am healed. That's it. It's now, baby. Okay, so what you want to do is you want time to come through you. That means you need to stay in the present moment. You want it to come to you and through you. You want to rush to the future? You want to rush there? You're not going to have anything. They want you to rush. They want you to stress. They want you to be fearful. This Baudre, okay, she just wants to come on, and guess what? Oh my God, he's back in Extapa where I wanted to be. And now he's still doing good. It didn't work. We all came together and, we accused him of things that, ooh. This TV station was down here for like 3 months. I heard they spent almost $250,000 of taxpayers' money to bring me down. I'm not going anywhere. You think you can make me feel bad? You think you can, just because I'm saying, guess what? If you're a natural health practitioner, you should offer a money-back guarantee if your stuff is solid, and you shouldn't be treating people. You can treat them, but you should be training them to do what you do, because if you're not training them, then how are we ever going to get the world well? Treating the world is mistreating the world. And understand something, you don't want to be in pain management. You want to teach people how to master their pain, and that would be on an emotional level. I mean no harm to anyone. Understand that. When people come to a whole life coach course, they find out what unconditional love and care is. Understand something, that's all you ever deserved from yourself. And if somebody or other people in your life aren't giving it to you, then you need to find new people, new family. Understand, I've got people in my family that will never honor, love, or respect themselves. And I'm not telling you that they're bad people. I love them just as much as the people that do love and respect themselves, because guess what? It's just beliefs. People are not their beliefs. You do know that, right? But beliefs actually run your morning from your day, from the moment you rise till you close your eyes. And the reality is if your life sucks, that's because your beliefs suck. If you're poor, it's because you have poverty beliefs. If you are sick, then you believe in sickness. You know, I don't believe in disease and I'll never have one. And you can say, whoa, you're so cocky. Well, let me get back to the Rothschild story. The Rothschilds have created almost every war. You keep on sending your brothers and sisters, okay, out to war because we're trying to protect ourselves from what? Seriously. I mean, come on. Until we actually act intelligent, they will get away with what they do. And then you're going to tell me, well, this government official is going to get it, or this one. And meanwhile, the Rothschilds are at the top of it, and then we got all these families underneath it. And it's been going on for hundreds of thousands of years. Yes, you heard what I said. Okay, but you go ahead and believe all the old stories, okay, the book that everybody has read the most, and oh yeah, it's all got to be true. This was written by the hand of God. God doesn't have hands, and nobody's ever touched this book, and these are the real stories, and oh no, the Rothschilds didn't have anything to do with it. Okay, the Rockefellers didn't, J.P. Morgan didn't have anything to do with it. No, we just live in this fairy tale world. I don't know what God is. I just know that I'm so thankful that I'm not in survival mode, that I actually do want to show everybody as much love and care as possible. And the people that actually buy into that, those are the people I will hang around with. They will be my tribe because I want to protect my vibration. And I can protect my vibration from anybody that wants to attack me now. I have had full-on attack, and look at this. What do you think they could do to me? Seriously, it would have to be fraudulent. You know, God, I must be the luckiest guy in the world to murder 3 people and just be online all the time. I mean, geez, my middle name must be Rothschild or Rockefeller. Seriously, no. The reality is you'd have to have something stick, but it's not hard to make the majority believe that there's a natural snake out there, practitioner selling snake oil and ripping people off because he's so smooth. I already said you don't know me. I answer to something that I don't even know what it is. But I know that I could never get that close to it because I don't vibrate high enough. I can believe in my story. You go ahead and believe in your story. I know that I'm a low vibrational being in the universe because I know that I'm not that dumb. I don't have that many dumb beliefs, that I actually believe that we are, yes, we're light energy beings, but any beings that come down and actually eat and poop aren't what I call high vibrational beings. And I truly believe that I'm not really into being recycled. I'm into bringing my vibration up so high that, guess what? I blow off this game. And you know what? You know how I lose at this game? If I hate. if I fear, if I attack others. I didn't attack her. I didn't attack these guys. They attack me all the time. Okay? They attack me all the time. They got nothing else better to do. Seriously? You know, they tried. They did their best. Now what are they going to do? Well, they're going to try to just taunt and try to make my staff work harder. But we have to keep blocking them. That's all. And do you know why we block them? Oh, because I'm hiding the truth. No, because guess what? We got a mother. She's got a child. The child has stage 2, 3 cancer. They're not sure where it is. The child has leukemia. Are you with me yet? And she knows that I've worked with a lot of that situation. And now we've got a husband. And the husband says, he killed people. We can't bring our little girl there. I wanted to do the consult for free because it's a child. I do everything for free for children. And it wouldn't have been anything that was life-threatening. It would have been looking at her diet. And understand something. Guess what? This child is now in chemo. The child, and I mean this, hates the mother and the father. And I said, listen, the mother says to me, why does she hate me? I said, because you were her provider. You were her guardian. And she sees the terror you're in. She sees the terror that they're in. And she's a high vibrational spirit. And she feels that you broke your promise. She'll get over it. She'll get over it. Okay? She'll get over it, I said. But you better make sure that you and your husband are not fearful around her. And they said, listen, Dr. Wolf, we're going to pull her out of the hospital. I said, you can't. You run away from that now, they're coming after you. I don't tell people to get off their drugs. I don't tell people to stop things. I want to try to protect people. I wasn't asking for her to spend money here. Just know this, you're not going to get the same therapy for the price I charge it for anywhere else. And you know why I have to do it? Because I speak so strong. If I hide in the shadows, I could be like some of these health cancer clinics, charge whopping prices. If I didn't open my mouth against the things out there that really mattered, which what? You being programmed from day one. Programmed to hurt yourself and to hurt others and not even know it. I'm never going to stop this. If it means I give up my business, I won't stop talking about how people, if they could unconditionally love and care for themselves and not find things to hate and let themselves off the hook. And don't ever let anybody put you in judgment jail again. Observe and learn, don't burn. I'm not going to fight for anything. Because guess what? If I start a fight, that means I have to stress myself out. That means I have to dump the adrenaline. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say my piece and get right back to it. You go ahead. You say whatever you want to say about me. You go ahead and jump to conclusions because I'm that different. You go ahead. Just because I want to stand up and tell you that everybody deserves unconditional love from themselves. And until we have that, we will never stop killing each other, poisoning each other. How much money does it cost for you to get bought off? Let me tell you something. You can believe this or not. I can remember, okay, now this was 25 years ago. I was already worth 3.5 million. I wasn't happy. Everything changed for me. Everything blew up. I lost the money. Don't believe me. But guess you need to understand something. I was worth $2,200 when I lost it all. And I still had 2 children at home. And Lori says to me, what are we going to do? I said, well, I have total faith. And that was the point that I had faith in myself and faith in the creator of everything, because I finally understood that I didn't understand what the creator was, and that the creator was not something that judges us at all. But guess what? Says, you know what? Whatever you speak, whatever you think, the way you vibrate, I'll give you more of it. And that's all it is. And that's why I tell you that the Rothschilds will never be taken to task. Because, oh, they're going to get it here. Oh, wait, no, wait a minute. They're going to get it when they die? Oh, really? You know that? Oh, because you read it. Oh, because everybody says it. I don't care if they get it here or get it there. I'm going to love, honor, and respect myself and not hate anybody. And then I'm going to try to teach that. But you go ahead and hate the wars and hate the people. They're never going away. The government's not broken. The medical system's not broken. And guess what? And people aren't broken. They have bad, toxic beliefs. I will never mention anyone that's attacking me, but it was bloody well enough. It's enough. Now, all they want to do is just, that's it. You know what? Let me show me what you got. Show me what you got. And then, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I get it. People can't be true. They can't be true to themselves. They're in survival mode. Do you have any idea what I was like when I was in survival mode? Someday I'll tell you the story. But right now, let's see if you can digest what we just talked about. Let's see if you can digest what we just talked about. That guess what? That you matter. That guess what? You need time to come to you and go through you, which means you need to stay in the present moment. You need to understand anybody that gets healed and they don't master staying in the present moment, slight smile, connected to your lion heart breathing, shoulders back, and know that that which created the universe has never made a judgment against you. Jesus, are we going to go and make that which created the universe a dysfunctional human? Seriously, you are actually going to ask me to dumb myself down that far? And see, this pisses people off. Oh, wow, what kind of cult is he teaching? I'll tell you the cult. The authentic. Because I am going to be authentic. Does anybody know that being authentic, okay, is 400 times stronger than love? I have no choice but to be authentic because I don't know where we go from here, but I made it up. I believe that the whole universe is just a PlayStation game, and I want to get to the next level. I don't want to stay down here at Mario Kart land, okay, because it's not that merry. All right? Is it okay if I vibrate this high and when people attack me, I just know that I'm doing the right thing because I don't steal people's money. I go in and I help to pull their fibroids and tumors apart. I mean, we show it. We do wow work on everybody. Oh, but this Baudre in Canada is going around and fixing all the non-surgical work we do. Wow. Why haven't I heard about all these money refunds, which I have a guarantee that you don't even have to tell us why you want your money back on your first treatment? So she's just amazing. So the reality is enough is enough. Did you ever have something just niggling, something small, just niggling? Well, let's just get rid of it. Let's just put it to the side. And the thing is they'd like to distract me, which is right now, but they're not going to. I will be creating the largest and the most powerful free speech platform that will mainly be free, and it'll go into every country, everywhere around the world, in every language when I'm done. Do you actually think that I need a bunch of money right now? No, I'll tell you what I need. I need to walk on the beach in my bare feet with Lori beside me and have gratitude for that which created me. And to be able to know that people like her and these other people are my best teachers. They're my best teachers. Remember, the people that try to throw you off track, disrupt you, they're your best teachers. We're trapped down here, and this is a slave planet until you understand that time must come to you. Time must go through you, which means you're in the present moment, which means you own it, which means you can heal from anything. It means you can go from poverty to riches if you wanted. But why don't you take a look at the way poverty people talk? Why don't you take a look at the way they live? Look at how they shop. Look at how they walk and talk. I'm not putting them down. I'm trying to tell you that if we could observe ourselves and be honest about it, we'd go, whoa, don't want that one. Oh, And why don't you ask the people Or why don't you strive to find the people that you would like to become? Why don't you strive? Oh no, I wouldn't spend any money and take any courses. I wouldn't want to take any courses. No. Because that would get me off my course, because you don't understand it. This brain was manipulated hundreds of thousands of years ago. That when we came here, the first 7 years, everything that comes into it, it sets 70 to 90% of your programs for life, unless you know somewhere where you can go to gymnastic brainwash boot camp. And you can say, well, here comes the pitch. But my whole life coach course, I give a 3-day money back guarantee. Nobody does that. The course is only 9 days. You're already 1/3. Tell me that it didn't help you, take the manual, take all the manuals, leave. And just, there you go, you won. The reality is this, we will show you that caring and loving yourself unconditionally. And guess what? You're broke because you have broke beliefs. You're sick emotionally because you have emotionally sick beliefs. You're sick physically because you had those emotional beliefs for too long and too strong. Beliefs are entities, and when you feed them, they get bigger. And if they're negative, they'll eat you up, and it's called cancer. And cancer is just stage 4 inflammation and lack of oxygen. That's all it is. Help me out here. Inflame, cause a fire, eat up the oxygen. The only person that received the Nobel Prize was Dr. Otto Warburg. Thank you very much. And ask a doctor what the cause of cancer is, and he won't know. He will not know. He'll say mutations of the cells. That's it. That's all they know. That's all they're allowed to say. They're not going to say that you're 35% deficit in oxygen for 3 days, so the cell wants to survive. And to do that, the only way it can survive, it does 2 purposes. It survives, and it also stores the inflammation, and it stores the emotional toxicity and the physical toxicity until you wake up and love yourself and care for yourself and let yourself totally off the hook and know that that which created the universe always loved you. You have the best day. And just remember, you want to attack me? Not going to go too far. Not going to go too far, because you're actually attacking yourself. People that attack me, they're just a bunch of haters to come together. And guess what? And if I wasn't here, okay, they'd attack something else. So maybe I just saved their children. Maybe I just saved the wife or the husband or the friends or the other people they would have attacked, because that's what haters do. People that understand the law of life is mind your own business, have unconditional love and care for yourself, and see if you can bring your vibration up so high. When a storm comes, does a turkey huddle? Or does a turkey fly high? No, only an eagle flies high. An eagle flies high when a storm comes. An eagle. And also, by the way, there is no such thing as an ego, E-G-O. I'm not going to kill anything in me. I'm going to love everything about me. Is there belief systems that are toxic in me? Yes. Am I working on them? Yes. Will I always be working? Yes. Look at the mess we live in. I can't go anywhere and find people that unconditionally love and care for themselves and let people off the hook. People have been judged since the beginning of time, so they're going to judge themselves, which means they'll judge everyone else. So am I going to judge them for it? No. I'm not. Love them anyway. Because when you love them anyway, you love yourself. And it doesn't mean I'm going to let toxic people into my life. And I'm going to speak out against those toxic people. Enough is enough. Now, can I get back to work and help are you ready for this? And help only the 2% that want anything to do with me, because I'm not outrageous, and that's fine. Because guess what? I don't want to do the big numbers. Because we're going to prove that everything is reversible. And it's only because of unconditional love and care. And you actually now decide that you're worth more than a nickel 95. And I'm not telling you to give me your money. Why don't you go and find people that do similar work than me and go give all your money to them. And then I didn't do a pitch today, did I? Right? Did you get that? Go give it to them. Whether you believe it or not, you speak and think and live like I do, You don't worry about what you don't have. I only focus on how abundant everything is on this planet, how beautiful it is. And that's what my life is. Don't believe me? Why don't you ask the practitioners that know me inside and out? And just know this. I support my practitioners and my patients more than any other doctor that I know on the planet. Can you call yours? Can you call yours? And if he's not yours, say, hello, my name is Jim. How you doing, Daryl? Can you help me out? Can you do that? I'm not telling you I'm better than the rest of them. I'm trying to tell you those are all my brothers and sisters. You think about that today. Just understand something. Want yourself off the hook? You're going to have to love yourself. Not hard work. It's just a program, baby. You have a beautiful day. God bless. 3, 2, 1. We got this.